All right, I'm here in Sydenham, Ontario in the middle of the Cataraqui Trail. As you can see around me, this isn't the middle of the wilderness anymore. So you can keep on going west until you hit Strathcona. That's as far as it goes. You can go to the next town over, which is Harrowsmith, and then you can even take the K&P Trail, go all the way down to Kingston, and that's a pretty nice section to do as well. What we're going to do is we're going to head back here on the trail, and we're going to go to the Perth Road exit. So it's a nice little section. You've got Sydenham Lake on the south of us. You've got a couple of bridges to go through, a little bit of wilderness stretches. It's a little bit of a more manicured kind of trail to wild. So it's a little bit of a mix of everything. It's not quite the same as what we did the other day. So let's hit the trail and you guys can check it all out. So first thing you're probably noticing is that I'm wearing a coat and gloves, and it's been a week since I've done the trip from Chaffee's Lock to Pinnacon Road, and the temperature has dropped a lot. So you can also sort of see that the trees don't have quite as much color on them as they did before. We've lost a lot of leaves, and you're going to see a lot of leaves on the trail here. But it's still really pretty. It's still a great time of year to be out to enjoy the trails and enjoy nature. But I think last week was probably where it was at its peak for this area. So where I was talking about manicured trails before, you can sort of see right here. The grass has all been mowed, it's nice and wide, there's no overhanging branches. It's well traveled. So people from the town of Sydenham, they'll come here, enjoy a nice little walk, enjoy nature. Beautiful little stretch to do that on. Come out here for a bike ride. And this is Sydenham Lake right here to my right. It's actually a pretty good sized lake. It's good fishing, good swimming. It's nice and warm in the summer, nice and clean. And you know what? A section like this, I'm sure that a lot of people could appreciate this a lot more than the other part that I did the other day around Chaffee's Lock, because it is a little bit more lived in. And speaking of people enjoying, there we go, right there. Somebody out in their cruiser. Perfect day for it. So what's kind of cool about this stretch of the Cataraqui Trail is that this is one of the few parts where the actual trail does leave the original rail line. Well, that's beautiful right there. Sorry, had a look a squirrel moment. So I think we're coming right up to it. So where the original rail line was, looks like they've put in a bunch of cottages there, so they just wanted to kind of move the trail away from all the cottagers. So you've actually got to go up the road a little bit, and then you hang a right, and then you go back down a little bit of a hill. There's no way a train could have done that, so not with how steep it is. Right. So to me, this section right here feels very, very much at home. This is like, this doesn't feel like the wilderness of what we did last week. This is just like a little country trail, like what I used to do on my bike when I was a kid all the time. And you can see, because we're in a more populated area, there's a lot more roads, so there's a lot more stopping and starting. So if you can appreciate having some ins and outs on your trip, this is definitely a nice little spot to check out. Oh, got a bunch of people coming up here. So you can see I'm not the only one on the trails. Thank you. Really beautiful view of the lake right here. I love how everything is just different colors right now. It's so beautiful. You might have seen these yellow gates here along the trail throughout my trip. And they're actually there to stop people from driving onto the trail. I guess must have been a thing that happened sometime in the past. So I think this is the section where, yeah, so this is where we get off of what I believe was the original railway line. I think it used to go straight, but we go up here, bypass it, so you can see I don't think there's any way a train could have made it up here. And then we come up here, and then she's a pretty sharp descent. And of course goes flat again here as we meet what I'm expecting was the old railway line again. So it looks like we lost a little bit of our sun behind the cloud, but hopefully the colors are still popping. And you can start to see some of the cottages that I was talking about earlier right here. This would be a great little spot to have a cottage, but it's just a great little spot anyways. And here is the first of the two bridges. Amazing view right here. All right. So right now we're on a little bit of an island. So there are two bridges that connect the island together. And I'm actually going to stop at the second island. So we'll take a little break here. And this is a nice place to to take a little break. Now, is that in view or what? So we will pick this up on the next ride.